Hello you guys and welcome to another video. It's Sunday and I'm having a day at home. I'm alone. I have nothing planned whatsoever. I have no intentions of going outside because the weather is very gloomy, almost winter. And as you can hear, I'm still a bit sick, so that's a good excuse to stay inside. So I thought maybe for this video, we're gonna track how much I can knit in a day. I gotta admit, it's already 12. I had a big sleep in. I just had breakfast. I can insert a picture here because it was delicious. I made a bread 2 days ago, so I had that. I still have my matcha here. I love my matcha. Oh, you guys, since there is a matcha shortage, I am so afraid of drinking matcha at home because for some reason I'm scared that I don't have matcha at some point. And the matcha that I usually use from what's it called, Nutrilab, it's empty, and now I only have the one that one of my besties brought back from Japan, and that one is holy to me, so I rarely drink it. I don't want it to be empty because it's so nice and it's so special. But it's stupid because I always say things are there to be used. But yeah, whatever. That's my matcha. Lovely. Anyway, enough of the matcha talk. You see, I'm yappy today. I'm yappy. Which projects do I have to tackle today? So I have a few that needs to be done within this week. The coming week, you know. It's Sunday, obviously. So I have to work on these first, or at least make some progress. And then I have one big project that really needs to be done as soon as I can. Okay, so let's start with the first one. So I told you guys about the hat that I made for my boss as a birthday present. We still had yarn left over, so I was like, you know, I'm gonna make a little Marie purse. That's my very first one, and she's far from being perfect. As you can see, she's tighter on the top. I need to block her out, I think. And the only thing I have left is the Italian bind up of this little tab. You can see, as you can see, it's not much. But I hate Italian bind off, so that's why I'm I don't want to do that. But yeah, overall, Marie purse, very pretty. I would say I accidentally made it a centimeter too long because I forgot to measure. Because I was too sure of myself, but it's whatever. And then I need to sew a lining and sew in the zipper. The zipper has to be done first, so plan for now would be Italian bind off, look for the zipper. I hope I have a fitting zipper. If not, that's gonna be a task for tomorrow. And then I am also gonna look for some lining. I definitely have enough fabric to put in here. I'm not sure if I wanna whip out my sewing machine. I probably will. I wanted to do that today. However, just thinking about that, because getting out the sewing machine is so much work. Like, I'd rather take out the sewing machine and do more projects than just one thing, you know? I was thinking of maybe sewing a scrunchie or something, but I also was thinking knitting some scrunchies, but that's something that we can discuss in another video. But yeah, the Marie purse is something that needs to be done. She looks gorgeous in this red. Oh, perfect for Christmas. The next project that needs to be done are the mittens for my dad. I have finished one. This is, okay, so I made this pattern before, right? It's the basic mittens by Paula Strikt. And I made this one for myself with drops Nepal, and they are way too big for me. I wore them recently and they just like slipped down my hand. And for this pair, I used Drops Nepal and Sunday. They are so sturdy. They feel so good. I'm so looking forward to block them. And they just look great. They look 100 times better than mine. But yeah, I just need to finish this mitten. So I need to get in some more rows for the length. I need to decrease, and then I need to do the thumb, and then sew in the ends, which shouldn't be an issue. The only stupid thing is I lost my fifth 4.5 DPN. I, for the life of me, can't find it. And I swear to God, as soon as this project is finished, I'm gonna find that needle. But for now, I have to knit it on like 3 needles, and it's okay because like it's not too tight. It's not ideal, but the stitches aren't too tight on here, so I just have to get through. And as soon as I'm gonna decrease, it's easier anyway to remember to decrease at the end and the beginning of this needle. So yeah, it's fine. So that needs to be done. I think that shouldn't take long because these mittens go by so fast. It's insane. I really recommend it. And then I have a pair of sailor slippers on the needle. These are the second ones I'm making. I'm wearing mine already. I can show them to you later because this felting process was crazy. I am so in awe of it. But yeah, so this is another thing that needs to be done till Wednesday because these are gonna be for my boyfriend. I timed myself for the second slipper for my pair and it took like 3 hours. But now I already felt like I was faster here, so maybe it's gonna be okay. It's not that much anymore. I just need to decrease for the top part, do the sew it together, and do the I-cord, and then I'm done. So ideally, I would finish that today too, just so I have that off my mind. Well, we will see how much progress I will make. Because there is this big project that I really want and need to finish because I want him to wear it. It's a zipper sweater light for my stepdad. And for some reason, I have been on Sleeve Island and Body Island. And that usually never happens to me. Like, I'm never on Sleeve Island. I love knitting sleeves. Body Island, I do know that, but this sweater is actually also almost finished. Like, I only need to finish the decreases on the second arm. I need to do the ribbing on the first arm. And I just need to get some length in, like 2 centimeters of stockinette and then some ribbing. So, and obviously the lining and sewing in the zipper, but that's something that goes by relatively quickly. So that's not a big step that I count in my head. But for some reason, I think it's because it's a men's sweater, and that tends to demotivate me. Yeah, but these are the 4 projects that I want to work on today. Let's see how much I get done. I think I'm gonna start with the bind off of the Marie purse just because my mind is still fresh and I hate Italian bind off, and I need to watch a tutorial for every step, and I need to repeat that tutorial till I'm done. These are less than 10 stitches and I'm struggling. But yeah.
Not only does it stretch, but it also mimics the knit one, purl one rhythm of the stitch patterns. To purl and draw the yarn through, leaving the stitch on the needle. Insert the tapestry needle through the second stitch, a purl stitch.
All right, that took less than 10 minutes and I just went looking for some fabric and a zipper. Luckily, I found a zipper. Thanks to my mom, because 10 years ago, she bought me a big bag of zippers in multiple colors, and I'm still using that. So Lucky me, it's definitely too long, but we can just cut it. But I think it's a great color match. Yes, I love that for me. I also got some thread, which is also a perfect color match. I'm gonna sew in a little Made by Anna Boo in the lining. And now the question of the questions. Which lining are we gonna use? So we have multiple options. I have 2 red ginghams, which we can use. I have a white cotton, and I have this fabric, which I intentionally bought for a Marie clutch and the zipper. I bought a zipper and that fabric for a Marie clutch, I think 4 years ago already. I never got around to it. But these are the options we have. I think it's a bit complicated because there's a lot going on with the pattern in itself, right? So the structure is crazy. Do we want a crazy gingham pattern on the inside? Could be cute. This definitely doesn't work color-wise, I think. On camera, this looks more like a Bordeaux brown-ish situation. It doesn't go with a very vibrant red. This could work, but I don't think I'm a fan. I don't think I'm a fan of the pattern of the bag itself and a gingham. I think there's too much going on. This, on the other hand, is very, it has white, it has blue, just a little red to tie it in. That would be great, I think. It's either this one or my old pillowcase. I made a pair of lane pants out of that, by the way. Lovely. This one is very standard. So I think this is the fabric.
Liest du den mal aus und das hat ja nicht funktioniert. Ah ja.
Alrighty, the zipper is sewn in. I just had a phone call with my mom whilst I did that. It's super easy, you know. I love hand stitching sometimes. So that's in. The color match is insane. Now let's check how much fabric I need. I think maybe I'm gonna do a hand stitch just because I don't want to get out the sewing machine. Maybe that's the call for today. All right, the piece has been cut out, but there's this big crease that I need to iron out. So I'm quickly gonna do that. And then we're gonna hand stitch it together. And I might continue watching House of Guinness because I started that series. I think this week I really started watching it and I'm almost done. And so far, I've really liked it. And I hope there's gonna be a second season, but I heard something on TikTok that there is not gonna be a second season. And that would be a shame.
If you see him, have him arrested before you can do anything.
You know what I just remembered? I can tell you a funny story about hand stitching. So I learned hand stitching from my grandma, and when I was younger, I always spent 2 weeks at one of my grandma's house and another week at my other grandma's house. And I remember that my one grandma was always very keen on teaching me how to crochet or even how to knit and how to sew, and especially how to sew by hand. And I remember that one summer we were just trying to, or she taught me how to hand sew. And the first thing I've ever sewn was a pillowcase from an old scarf of hers. And that scarf was like a gray greenish background color with pink peonies, I think. Big pink peonies. And then I sewed it. And for the longest time it was in my room, my childhood bedroom. And then at one point I got rid of it, I think, because obviously it wasn't the best, nor was it my style. But yeah, that's how I learned hand sewing. And I haven't done that in a while because obviously having a machine makes it so much faster and easier. But there's something so relaxing doing that. It's almost like, have you ever done cross stitch? Because I did cross stitch last year for the first time. And it was so relaxing for some reason. So yeah, hand stitching is very relaxing, I gotta say. The only thing I'm not good at are straight lines. Like picturing straight lines, so I have to I had to draw a straight line. But I am trying my very best to be very straight with my stitches. And let's hope that it will look good. I mean, nobody's gonna see it anyway because it's gonna be flipped inside out. That's my story about hand stitching. I have finished the lining. I have stitched on my Made by Anna Boo, and now I am pinning the lining to the zipper, and then I'm gonna sew it in, and then I'm done. This took so much longer than I have expected. Is it perfect? No. Is that triggering me a bit? Yes. However, I'm just telling myself, firstly, it's handmade, and secondly, it's my first Marie purse with an inlay, so it's fine. So yeah, this is the Marie purse done. It is, still love the fabric a lot, and yeah, she will be happy anyway. And first project on the list done. It's 4 already, so I think it's time to grab a little snack and then move on. As I said, I didn't expect it to take that long, but now she's done. Now onto the mittens. Okay, so let's start with the mittens. I have my handy dandy notebook here. So what I need to do is I need to finish the length of the hand, which is only 3 more rows, and then I have to do the decreases, and then I have to do the thumb. So let's see, I hope it's not gonna take too long. It's 5:10 now, so let's see if I'm done at 6. That would be great, and then I can block them already. Yeah. One thing I wanted to say about the Marie purse, I think in the beginning I said I needed to block the body, but now that the lining is in, everything is kind of straight, so I didn't need to block it. Okay, let's start. Let's see how long this will take.
Outside Doylestown. We used to attend the wonderful Christmas pageants in the school. The sweepers I did this week, and
It's actually an hour later, and I finished the second mitten. Yay! And I'm about to go and block it. Yeah, very happy. Another one done on the list. I will leave them in here now for, I don't know, half an hour. And after that, I'm just gonna lightly squeeze them out. And I think I'm gonna put them on the heater, just because the heater is on anyway. It doesn't need a lot of shaping, but I like to wash my knits at least a bit, because there's always some color coming out of them, so I'd rather do that before gifting it. But yeah, the next project on the list is gonna be the sailor slippers. Goal will be to finish the one that I have on the needles right now. Let's see how long that will take. It's 6:20 now. Let's see, maybe it's gonna be the last project of the day, maybe it's not. we will see. Alright, you guys, last update for today. It is 12 now, so it's time to put the needles down and go to bed. Maybe let's recap this whole situation. I wanted to finish the Marie purse, so I wanted to do the Italian bind off. I wanted to sew in the lining and the zipper, which I did. So the Marie purse is done. Then I wanted to finish the second mitten for my dad, which I also did. So the mitten is currently drying. It has been blocked and now it's drying. So that's also done. And the other last thing that I really needed to do, since I need that for Wednesday, was finishing the first slipper from the sailor slippers for my boyfriend. Here it is. As I said, the apricot doesn't really look like apricot on camera in my opinion. But yeah, the first one is done. I think it's so insane how big this is and how it shrinks when it's being felted. That's just crazy. I'm really looking forward to seeing how it looks when it's felted, because that's very interesting, because the colors do change a bit. I just looked at mine and yeah, curious to see. But since I need to get them done and I had a little bit of energy left, I casted on the second one already. So I did the heel and now I joined for the top part. It's always good to have the second one on the needle right away, so you can just continue working on it. It's like doing socks and mittens and stuff. Just immediately cast on the second one so you don't think about the fact that you have to make a second one. But yeah, unfortunately I didn't have any time to work on the zipper sweater light for my stepdad. I will be doing that from now on. Now that I have everything else that needs to be done this week done, I can focus on that again. So yeah, this one will be done probably tomorrow and the day after, so I can felt them on Wednesday or Tuesday evening. I can check off some things off my to-do list, and that is very fulfilling. I would say that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video and we talk very soon. Bye bye.